Hello, crafty friends. It's Debbie with Make It With Me. I am jumping on the bandwagon. I have been watching craft room tours for all of January and so far in February. And so I thought I would share my craft space with you. I am getting ready to move my craft space to a new room. And so I wanted to do this for two reasons. One, to document how I had things, and I'm going to take photos too. But also, I'm hoping to get some really good organizational advice from some of my crafty peeps. So I'm just going to go ahead and get right to it. So when you walk in my craft room, to the right here is an origami shelf. Let me see if I can back this up just a little bit. There we go. This is one of those larger origami shelves that you get on Amazon. It's funny, I ordered this by accident. I thought I was getting one of the smaller ones that you can take on crops with you. And when it came, it was in this huge box. But I'm so glad I got it because these things are just super sturdy. They go up in like 10 seconds and just fold right up, and they're just awesome. So this is where you can see this funny shaped door back here. I am in the bonus room above our garage. And so you can see that I don't have floor to ceiling walls. Where the ceiling starts and slants, it's just not far above my head. But this is the origami shelf, and this is where I store, like, I've got everything pretty much labeled, so I'm not going to open everything. But I don't even make jewelry. I got this for the grandkids. I've got a couple of my granddaughters that like to make jewelry, so I started just picking up little things here and there. And so that they use. And then again, I have a very kid-friendly craft room, so you can see I've got lots of fun foam and felt and different things like that. And then, but primarily on this shelf is Cricut vinyl and iron-on. I've tried some other ones, but I kind of really like the Cricut, and so I use a lot of the Cricut iron-on. And then there's some things here I'll go through when I move. Some kid things that don't really get used a whole lot anymore. So I'll be going through some of that. And then over here is just a hodgepodge of stuff. I'm kind of already started going through things. These are empty. Now this basket here is, these are stamps that I've already gone through that I'm going to be getting rid of. So I may be giving some of those away on my YouTube channel. I like to just pass those things along. And, I think I have a lot of stuff until I see other craft room tours, and I think, oh I'm not doing too bad for 18 years of accumulation here. These things don't just happen overnight, right? So this unit right here, this is actually one of those over the door organizers from Michael's that they used to carry a long time ago. And I split it up and put it on the wall because it just worked better in my room, because I tried keeping it on this door, but with the kids coming in and out and banging it on that origami shelf, it just didn't work. So I split it up and put it in here. And then in another bedroom, I've got another closet that's just got some overflow, and I do have that one on the door, but I may move that one when I go to the new space. And then I had gotten this shoe organizer that I was going to do something with, but now I think I'm just going to wait until I get moved into the new space. My husband has offered me half of the basement, which means a lot more space and floor to ceiling walls, because there's a full 8-foot ceiling down there. And I will still have some windows. I only have one window in this room, you'll see, but I am going to move. So I'm just going to kind of go through, and I don't really do embellishments anymore. I do still scrapbook, although I haven't in a while. I do want to get back to that, and I miss scrapbooking, so I'm going to start doing some more scrapbooking again. So you'll see kind of how I organized this room. I guess last year I made some changes and set myself up a scrapbooking station, and in addition to my card making stuff. So but these embellishments, my grandson, when he's in here, he can just go through those and pick whatever he wants, and he likes being able to go through those and choose them. And then these are just some little Hobby Lobby binders, and that's where I keep stencils and background stamps, which I don't have a lot of. I don't really use a lot of background stamps. I do make backgrounds, but I don't use a lot of background stamps. I like to use stencils and mixed media and stuff like that. And then I'm going to back up a little bit. This unit right here is really not a unit. It didn't come all together. These all came from Michael's with the exception of this little one with the knobs on it. I think that might have come from Hobby Lobby. But I just kind of put that together. I already had the drawer units on the end. And then I had been really debating on this piece right here for a long time, and then I finally decided I just really wanted to get that because I really liked the long drawers, and I liked that they're shallow so you're not always digging in them. And then I just recently took some things out of here, so that's kind of empty right now. But this is, I'll show you these drawers if you haven't seen this. I know a lot of people say it's similar to what you get from IKEA, but excuse me, we don't have an IKEA here. So my closest one is several 100 miles away. So this, I just really liked this. And there's two different size drawers. There's the three smaller ones, and then the three bottom ones are a little deeper. So I've just got sequins and bits and extra things in there. And then this one is all, I've got some fun foam, and this is all primarily embossing and ink blending things. And then, of course, I've got some more I keep on my desk or near my desk. But, and then this is specialty paper from, most of it is Cricut decorative chipboard. And then, as I said, I do want to start scrapbooking again. And so my grandson, he used to really be a big Cars fan. So I've got some old pictures I want to scrapbook. And so that's all mostly Cricut. And then this is overflow of my designer series paper from Stampin' Up. This is seasonal. And so I've separated it out because I've got some limitations I've put on myself. So I'll tell you about those. And this is all chipboard. I've been enjoying watching videos and making things out of that heavy cardboard that you get in packaging. So I have started saving that. And then this drawer, this one's bad, you all. I've got to go through this one before I move my craft room. This is all pre-mades, and I do use some of them. Some of them are cute little Stampin' Up kits for invitations, but I've also got some Michael's ones in here. And I keep these because my stepdaughter, when she visits, she likes to use those. And so I do keep some pre-mades. And then this is just some mixed media. I've got some distressed crayons and gouache, which I do like to play with that. And then some embossing paste and gel plate. I haven't perfected the gel plate yet. I watch a lot of videos and I want to do more of that. These are some of those blanks for the alcohol ink, which I really like the alcohol ink too. And I haven't played with that in a while, but I've got a lot of alcohol ink things over here, but I don't use it as much as I used to lately anyway. Oh, my drawer is crooked. I'll fix it later. But so that's what's there. And then these are all just watercolor papers and Canson XL, things like that. Do want to show you this. This is how I store my Stampin' Up inks. This is a box I picked up a long time ago at Michael's, and I wanted to be able to store my inks, but we have a group of ladies. We have a craft group that meets at church once a month, and so I like to take my card making and scrapbooking when we do that each month. And this box was just a Michael's box, and I bought some foam board, and I kind of measured out how many I could fit in there, and then I put some little, cutouts, I guess wedges in there, just to give it some more stability. And so it fits my inks perfectly. I can just slide them right in and out, see all my colors, and then when it's time to go mobile, I can just close this and load it up and go. So that works for me. I don't know if you have other ideas, what you do. I'd love to see them. And then and this is just, I won't open all these. This is just overflow things, adhesives, and some plastic storage, and then some extra tools in that drawer just in case something breaks or I run out. Just some, not a whole lot, but there's little in there. But I do want to show you these. Do you see the little flowers on the drawers? I wanted to add some little pops of color instead of just having the plain white. So I printed these images out on the Cricut onto Cricut printable vinyl, and I just colored them with my Prismacolor pencils. And I just think they turned out so pretty. And so I just cut them and split them between the 4 drawers. And you can see I never did quite finish it. So that might be something on my list too to finish. I'd like to put some more pops of color on there. And maybe even put some on here too. And of course you can see I didn't finish that one either. So whatever. But I will finish it. And then over here is where I do film my videos and things. And look at this. I'm sure you all can relate to this. Look at this messy desk. I was going to wait and do this when I had everything cleaned up and organized. And I thought, you know, that's just not reality. Let's just go ahead and do it because hopefully I'll be moving this month. And then I'll show you another video before I mess it all up after I get everything moved in. And this is my craft cart. This is just from Michael's. It's one of the larger ones. And I've got mostly everything on here that I need. My Cricut pens and things like that. And then, of course, my cutters. And then down here are all the Nuvo drops and extra ink pads and things like that. I've got some scrapbook.com ones, which I think I may give my daughter. I just find that I don't use them that much. And she's just started stamping, so I may give her those. And oh, this is another little DIY. I'll show you these. These are... I'll show you. I like to keep, I'm in the monthly club for Stampin' Up! With the paper pumpkin. And I saved these boxes and I just tore the lid off of this one. And then I just used that heavy cardboard I was telling you that I saved. Covered it with some pretty paper and slanted it and just hot glued it in there. And this is how I store my oxides. I may store these in a different spot when I get in my new space because I find that I forget to use them because they're down on that bottom shelf. And so I think I may change that up a little bit, but they sit right on top of each other really nicely. So that's another little DIY. And then these are just some blending brushes that I only use for oxides. And then I have my Stampin' Up! Ones up here. I got this this little holder, which I've been meaning to paint. I like it wood, but I think I might paint it a pretty color. But ordered this from a friend of mine. She makes scrapbook kits, and I think the name of her company is Kits Are My Specialty, and her name's Mary, and she's awesome. So if you need scrapbooking kits or special events, she just can create anything. They're just gorgeous. So if you're a scrapbooker, you might want to check out kitsaremyspecialty.com. And then this is all my Stampin' Up! Stamps except for Christmas. These little shelves I see I haven't finished this either. I turned these around a different way than, excuse me, than they were supposed to be. And I'm going to put something decorative on there. I just haven't done it yet. But I just painted these. You know how you get that raw wood from Hobby Lobby? And so I just painted them to match my accents. And so those, I don't know if they're going to go or not. We'll see. My new furniture is going to have some cabinets in it. It's not new, but it's new to me. I have a friend that is redoing some things, and she's not crafting as much and getting rid of some of her craft furniture, and so I'm getting that from her. So I'll have some different things in there. But here's the rule I set for myself. This shelf right here, and then these 2 small ones, I decided that once they're full, I'm not going to store beyond that point, because if they get full, then that tells me it's time to rotate some things out. So I'll pull out some that I haven't used in a while and either sell them or give them away and rotate some of the new things in. That's the goal I've set for myself. We will see if I stick to it, because I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And excuse me, I'm sorry, my throat just suddenly got dry. But I just a couple years ago, I was going down that rabbit hole, where you just think you have to have every new release and you're just buying from all these different places. And I thought I've just got to stop myself. So I just kind of looked around my craft room and tried to figure out what do I use the most? What do I kind of migrate to the most? And it was Stampin' Up! And May. And so I just decided I'm going to just pick 2, and that's what I'm going to stick with. So that's what I did. So I became a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator to get the discount, and I really love doing the classes. So that's what I did. So this is all the Stampin' Up! And then the May's in another spot. I do May's Scripture Club. I really love her Scripture Club. So that's where I get all my Scripture stamps. And then over here are my Stampin' Right markers. There's some of the new colors and some of the old. And then I've my alcohol markers. I have the Ohuhus. You can see I have a few Copics, not very many. I just couldn't afford to keep striving for that. So I have decided to try the Stampin' Up ones, and I'm really liking them because I do like that they have a bullet nib on one end and a brush on the other, because I just don't use that chisel. I'm not good with the chisel, so I don't use it. And so I really like that. And then I do still have some Spectrum Noirs too. But there's my messy desk. I'm working on a craft roulette card that I've got to have turned in by tomorrow. So I don't know if you watch Craft Roulette, but if you didn't, Friday nights, check it out. I don't submit very often, but I was watching it with some friends last night, and then I said, okay, I'm going to submit one. And then, of course, this is just a little shelf from Michael's that I've had for a really long time, and it's just got some, these are all my little mini inks I've got labeled, and some punches. I don't have a lot of punches. This is pretty much all I have, except for I got a couple over here on the side. And I do like punches because they're quick, but I have 2 Cricuts, so I can't really justify a whole lot of punches. But just sometimes a specialty one is what I'll get. And then there's just some foils and some things. Now this is cute. I make these boxes on the Cricut, and I use these to hold my Stampin' Up 6x6 paper. I do have some other 6x6 paper, but this is the Stampin' Up ones that I keep, that I like to have handy on my desk, because I do really love the Stampin' Up Designer Series paper. And so I need to move some of these because there's some Christmas in there too. And then there's some other 6x6 pads from other places and over there. So... And like I said, I've got a couple things going on right now. I'm making that craft roulette card, and then I'm also making things for a project for our craft group at church. So I'll tell you about that. This is just a little white shelf that my sister gave me, and I put it over here on the left so I could kind of extend my space a little bit. And you can see I'm using that because I filled it up too. I know you all can relate to that. And then down here, that's my Stamparatus, which is funny. It fits perfectly in this little pad for the tablet with my name on it, with the little case. And then this came from Target. It's just one of those acrylic rotating trays or bins or whatever you want to call it. But I am going to decorate that. I bought one of these to go, believe it or not, in my bathroom. It holds my hair products and facial cleansers and things like that. And I decorated it really pretty with some vinyl and some jewels. I'll have to show that to you sometime, but I haven't done this one yet. I think it's kind of out of sight, out of mind. So maybe when I move in my new space, I'll put it where I'll see it more, and then I'll remind me to decorate it. You can make some really cute stuff on there with vinyl. And then, of course, these are eyelets and brads for scrapbooking. And then there's my little mini stamping, cut and emboss machine, and some cards. These are the Ohuhus. Those are the Ohuhu markers. And every time I try to use them, I run across one that's dried up. But I have had them for quite a long time. And you can't buy them open stock, which the Stampin' Up ones come in 2s, but they're pretty affordable, so I'm trying those out. And then this, everybody has a catch-all closet, you all. And this one is mine. I'm not looking forward to going through that. I'm just not. There's canvas, there's mailing supplies, there's picture frames, and I don't know. This is some kind of old punches. I forgot I even had, I think, old Martha Stewart ones. I never use these. And so a lot of that's probably going to go. And just these are picture props for when I take pictures of my cards and projects and things. And it's just a curtain I bought to cover that up. And then, of course, this door is just where my furnace and things are. And then over here, this shelf is this wooden shelf unit here. I think I actually picked that up at a yard sale a long time ago, when the grandkids were smaller, and we had a room set up for them, and I used these little bins to store their toys just to kind of keep up the clutter. But now they're all older and they don't have quite as many small toys, so I moved it into my craft room, and it works really nice. It isn't, it's not white, but that's okay. I like it. And it's a good heavy wood too, so it's sturdy. And then over here, these are all coloring books. My stepdaughter, when she visits, she and I color together a lot. She really loves to color with colored pencils. And I can't do as much as I used to with my hand issues, but I do like to do it. And then these are just some paper pumpkin boxes that I've saved. I think you all, if you've watched my channel at all, you know that I decorate these and make what I call hope boxes out of them, because we had one month that was called the Hope Box, and it just inspired me to start saving these boxes and decorating them. So these are partially decorated. I'll add a lot more elements to those, and if you want to see pictures of those, you can see them on my Facebook page. I have posted pictures in there before. And then these are all Stampin' Up! Cardstock. And this is just, I really love their cardstock. It's nice and heavy, and I love the colors, and it coordinates with so many of my designer series paper. And this is all memorabilia for my scrapbooking, and I think this one's empty right now. I think I just emptied that one. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. This is just all some more cardstock and some projects I'm working on. These are just little odd and end things I've picked up at Dollar Tree and Hobby Lobby that I'm going to make things with. I take these, and I won't use that Coca-Cola thing, but you can take just some paper and things and just make the cutest little thing to set up out of that. You can print pretty much whatever you want on that. It came from the Dollar Tree, and these, I made some nameplates for some friends to go on their desk, and then of course you can put things in the back of them too. They're a lot of fun if you pick those up. I ought to do a video. I think I did do a video on that actually. And then these are just some random 6x6 pads, which I'll pull from sometimes for different projects. I do card making classes and things at the church sometimes with our group. So, and then these are these I'm probably going to get rid of. These are all old Unity stamps and binders. And I haven't pulled them out and used them in a long time, so I think it's about time for them to go, and some kits for scrapbooking. And then this is some stamps from different places. I've got some Gina K in here, and I've got just some mixtures, some from Hedgehog Hollow, Art Impressions. These are ones I went through that I've decided I just don't want to part with. I'm going to keep those. And then these are all my Maymays. Well, not all of them. I've got some of them pulled out for that project we're working on for the domestic violence shelter. We're going to be making cards for the women and the families there, and doing some care packages. And these are just all extra binders. As I said, I do Bible study and all kinds of things up here, so those are extra binders for my Bible study materials. And then these are bigs. I don't know what I'm going to do with these, you guys. I don't know. I'm going to go through those, and I don't even know if anybody still uses those, but I think those are going to go. I don't know if I'm going to try to just sell them really inexpensive, or just use them as giveaways on my channel. Tell me what you think about that. Does anybody still use those? I don't even know. And then this is just all some random cardstocks that I use for like photo matting and things like that. And just various things, and let the kids, if the kids need some cardstock, I have them pull from this instead of my good stuff. And so they use a lot of that. And then this is just another Michael's box, but this all has Mary Kay in it. I used to really be into Mary Kay. I was a consultant, which I still am, but I only do enough just to support my habit, and have some friends and family that still use Mary Kay, so that's about all I keep in stock anymore. And then this, I went through embossing folders again, and this, I've got myself down to one basket of embossing folders, so I'm going to set that rule too. I'm not going out of that basket. If I can't fit them in that basket, something's got to go. So, I don't know. Getting this new larger space, I may change that, I don't know. And then this is just some Stampin' Up! Catalogs and some more paper pumpkin boxes. Now this box right down here, that is a Stampin' Up! Order that's been sitting here for over a week, and I haven't gone through it yet, but I'll have to do a box. I don't know. I'll have to look at this paper though. I just got to show you this. Is that not gorgeous? Isn't that pretty paper? I don't know. Stampin' Up! Just has the prettiest designer series paper. And then this is an old, this was, remember back in the day when we had those big giant TVs that sat on the floor, the big screens that were in like big box. This was an entertainment center, one on one side and one on the other, that we had our VCR in, telling my age. And so it's just kind of got cleaning supplies and extra like big ribbon seasonal stuff, Christmassy stuff. And so, but it just keeps the clutter up, you know, it just keeps the clutter out of here, which I know it still looks cluttered, but it's not as bad as it could be, right? And then of course there's my Cricut Maker. And then this little unit right here, this is the area. I'm just going to pan around. I'm going to try to go slow. Y'all have never done this before, so I hope I don't make you dizzy. But that unit there came from, you all recognize it, it came from a store that went out of business. And so this is the area I set up thinking this would be my scrapbooking area. But I also do Bible study over here. I also do pay my bills over here. I work from home. I work at my church part-time, so sometimes I bring work home with me. So if I work, I usually do it over here. And so it's kind of a multi-purpose area, but I really set it up because I really do want to start doing more scrapbooking again. I miss it, and I've got so much scrapbooking stuff, and I want to go back and do old stuff now. I've done more of the current, and I want to get back to that. So, and this is how I store ink refills. These are re-inkers. You all probably recognize these. Michael's had these. They used to carry them. They're kind of like the Deflecto things that tilt out, but you can see I've labeled them. So I've got all my Stampin' Up! Re-inkers here, and these are the Oxide re-inkers, and then these are the scrapbook.com ones. And I don't think I have re-inkers for anything other than those three, because I don't really have the big distress ink pads. I only have the minis. I do like them, but I didn't buy all of those because I already had so much dye ink. But I do still like to use the oxides. And then of course you can see I've got some office stuff in my Bible and things there. And then this was cleaned off, but then a friend of mine gave me a gift today. It's so sweet. She decorated this box. It's one of those Crafter's Companion kit boxes, and she decorated it. One for me and one for my stepdaughter. And then I hadn't seen her since Christmas, so she gave me this one. Isn't that gorgeous? I might have to open those on YouTube. I'm not sure. But this desk is where my granddaughter normally sits. She's 12 now, and she's had her own space up here forever because she just loves to draw and create things. And then this is just a mixture of things, some Cricut blanks and some things for her and for me. Some of these are just overflow things. And this little board right here, this is funny, you guys. I got this a while back at Kohl's. It's been up, I've had it for probably ever since I've been up here, but it was supposed to go the other way. It was supposed to go on a door where you could hang hair bows and have a mirror and stuff, and I turned it sideways and did it this way, and it works. And I think I paid like $10 for it on clearance. I don't know, something crazy like that. And then, of course, she used to like to watch Mariah Elizabeth all the time, the girl that redoes all the Squishies. Didn't she do a good job on these? She redid these. I thought they were real cute. And she's got pictures. She likes little miniatures. And then these are some things she created, these little characters on her iPad, and we printed them out on some Cricut printable vinyl. And she uses this computer. I'm doing some splat boxes because I'm doing these little candy boxes for I teach the 4th graders Sunday school class at church, and so I'm making some little goodie bags for them for next weekend. So I'm kind of spraying these plastic bags, you guys. I had this Delusions spray. I'm dropping the lid. I had that Delusions spray, and I had these little paper bags. And I thought, well, I'll just spray those and make them all funky looking, and the kids will probably like them. And then I'm going to fill them with goodies. And then one of my paper pumpkin kits had these cute little decorative candy boxes. I've decorated all those. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do those for my little Sunday school kids and also for my grandkids. So I'm going to give them those for Valentine's. And then that's about it. This is all her stuff mostly. And then just some sprays and things up here. And then I got to show you my granddaughter's little cart. This is her cart. So this used to be my cart, and then when I got my big one, I let her have this one for her cart. So she's got all her paints and markers and pencils and things here. But look what she put on there. She wanted to decorate it because I did mine. Look what she did. Oops, I arted. Isn't that funny? She's crazy. So funny. And these are just some little shelves we picked up at Hobby Lobby. I think I got a set of 3. See, there was one over there, one over here, and then there's another one over here. And we just painted them, and we just glued these little buttons on there to decorate that one. And then we put buttons on this one. And this is a mandala that I colored. I colored this with colored pencils, and I thought it turned out so pretty that I cut it out and put it on this teal background and hung it in here because I thought it matched. And then that's just like my TV area, and just another little shelf with some random things, more 12 by 12 paper, a bunch of, what is this? Duct tape, decorative duct tape. See, there's the tape I used to do that. Oh, you haven't seen that yet. I made something with this duct tape. I'll show you when I get to it. Scrap paper. And then up here, everybody who watches Cricut or Melody Lane probably knows what these are. These were inspired by Melody Lane, God rest her soul. So miss her. But she inspired these. I got these designs from her Patreon, and I just love them. They're so much prettier than putting up curtains. And I've got some on the other side too. And then this is, of course, my box to take pictures of my cards and things. And this is just the scale for mailing packages and some ephemera. You can see that's just another one of those Michaels units. But this one will roll, so I can move this one too. It's not too heavy. And I've got my creative memory stuff down there for my scrapbooking. And then these, one of these I think is empty. I just emptied this, so this is all the twine I've got, you guys, except for a few that are over on my desk. No, there's probably some more in my ribbon container, but this is pretty good. I think I got myself down to just a minimal amount of twine, and then I think I've got room to expand there if I need to. But there's that, and then there's that other unit, and I'm not going to show you all that. It's just a hodgepodge of stuff, more empty scrapbooks and some styrofoam and some more little squishies, and I'm just not going to open that. And you can see it's not very accessible. This door will open, but just barely. But I didn't mind that because I just don't get in and out of there all that much. But that's that other side of that entertainment center. So you can use lots of stuff in your craft room, girls. And then, of course, you can see, look at this. That's all the glitter I have. That's all I have right there. And I just don't use glitter a lot. And but for school projects or different things, if the kids are here, they like... Now, I do use these little shaker bit things. I do use those for shakers, and that's just essential oils for my little diffuser. Of course, my printer, and then there's another Michaels unit stacked on top of each other, and that's all boring stuff too. That's just all office supplies and some old wood-mounted stamps and media storage. I will show you this. This is just a little drawer I keep all my extra Stampin' Up! Stuff in, and these are things that I just get that are overflow, and I'm going to be giving those away on my channel too. And then this is all, I really want to make something with these. These are cards and things people have sent me, and I really want to do something with those. I just can't part with them. And then this piece right here, you all, this brown piece, that was my grandma's hutch. And I just can't part with it. I just can't do it. I do think, now that I know about Heirloom Traditions paint, I know that I can paint this, and I think I'm going to tackle that this year. I think I'm going to take those knobs off and paint this unit when I go down to my new craft area. But I've thought about getting rid of it. I just can't do it. It was my grandma's, and I just can't do it. You all know how that is, right? And then, of course, there's more. See how my ceiling slants? But there's more scraps up there. I do have plans for these little strips, though. I am going to make some things with those. Those were left over from some explosion boxes. I probably just need to throw them away. But those are my Stampin' Up! Christmas stamps. And, of course, there's more Bible study materials. Like I said, I do a lot of Bible study up here. I don't even know what's in these drawers. I know there's Cricut mats, extra Cricut mats down here in the bottom. But I'm not even opening these drawers. I just think when I move, I'm going to go through them and find out what's in them. I don't even know. And then there's this table. And there's just some more wood stamps I probably need to get rid of. These are all old Stampin' Up! Ones that are still on blocks. And I'm just not going to take them off. I've got to do something with them. And there's more. And then these are just some different brands and things. Now these are another basket of ones that are different companies and stuff that I actually think I might use. Some Gina K, and I don't think there's any May May ones in there because I have all those. But there's just some cute ones in there that I actually think I might use. So once I get in my new space and I can set them where I see them more, I may use those. And then these are just some things I've got pulled out. I know this is really messy, you guys, but I'm getting ready to go on a trip, and I'm going to visit a friend in Florida, and we're going to craft on the beach. Yes. And so a lot of this stuff is things I'm pulling out that I think I'm going to take with me. And then this is for that project at church for the domestic violence shelter. We're going to make some cards. And so that's why I've got some of my little May stamps out here. I'll just show you one of these. These are so cute. And I just love these. You get new scripture ones every month. And I haven't even used this one yet. This one's a fall one. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I just love that sunflower and the pumpkin. I'm definitely going to be using those. So I haven't even used that one yet. And then this is how I store my ribbon. And I'm trying really hard to stick to a rule on this one as well. So this came from Michael's. It's a lot like those Deflecto ones you see, but it's way less expensive. But I've had it forever. And it's great for storing all my ribbon because I can just, I can see it all, and then I can just go straight to it. And so I kind of want to set that rule where I won't go beyond this. Well, I've already broke that rule because I've got more over there. Y'all saw it. So anyway, I think I've got plenty of ribbon. And then this, y'all, I just did this. This is what I was telling you I did with that duct tape. This is that white shelf I had over next to my desk, remember? And the back of it was just this plain old ugly brown wood particle stuff. And I thought I just got to cover that with something. And so I was on Zoom with some of my crafty friends one night, and they were like, you should put dies on it. And I thought, oh my gosh, I've got everything here. I could just do that. And I sat here with my friends on Zoom and did this. I just put this duct tape all around the edge and one strip in the middle. And then I already had these, those peel and stick adhesive magnetic sheets you can get. I stuck those on there. And then I got just my basic shape dies out and put them on there. Doesn't that look good? I think that's going to have to go in my new craft room. Now, if you like your stuff all matchy-matchy and not mixed up like I do, then you might not like it, but I really like it. And there's my Cricut light. That was an indulgence, but I feel like it was worth every penny. I love that light. But anyway, that is my craft room, guys. I appreciate you going along here with me, and I will either do another video when I get into my new space, or I might just take you guys with me if you want me to do that. I might just kind of take you through that process, and maybe you guys can give me some good organization ideas. So this is my little craft room, and it's all mixed matchy, and it's cozy, and I love it. But I'm gonna move. And there's my other flowers up there. Those are inspired by Melody Lane too. I just love those. I think those are going to have to go, y'all. I just don't think I can leave them behind. I think I'm going to have to do it. But anyway, thanks so much for stopping by. Leave a comment and let me know what you think and give me your organization ideas, guys, because I am going to need them. So thanks again, and happy stamping, everyone. See you soon.